Procrastination is when you are not doing what you need to be doing when you know you need to do it. It's putting things off because in the short term, it's easier, it's more comfortable, it's more certain, it's more pleasurable, and more indulgent than doing something else than it is to do the actual work to create the things that matter when they are needed. On today's episode, I've got 3 ideas to help you overcome our human tendency to procrastinate so you don't have to feel overburdened by what you've been putting off. Have you ever felt resistance? Now, I'm not talking about the kind of resistance you get from one of your kids when you ask them to please clean their room. Resistance is defined by Stephen Pressfield as the universal force that acts against human creativity, a negative force in the world that keeps you from. Resistance is defined by Stephen Pressfield as the universal force that acts against human creativity, a negative force in the world that keeps you from fulfilling your dreams. Now, I've felt this. Have you? Resistance always comes up when you're on a mission to do something important, and it can come out as procrastination. And all of us do this. But did you know that you can set yourself up to do it less? Now, procrastination is a pattern of how you have taught yourself to deal with insecurity, randomness, like the randomness of your day, or it's a way that you deal with worry. Now, you can deal with this pattern by addressing it, recognizing it, and flip it. Now, I recently heard Brennan Burchard teach about procrastination. He is a really good teacher about time management, and I have learned a lot from him over the years. I'd like to share with you today the 3 tips he shared so we can minimize procrastination the next time we catch that we're doing it. All right, number 1, find your worry and debate it. Now, like I said, procrastination is usually tied to worry, and I'd never thought about it like this. And I think it's brilliant. Now, when I procrastinate, I'm usually worried that it won't turn out as good as I want it to be, worried that it's going to be too hard and I can't handle it, or worried that I don't really know what to do and I'm going to mess it up or completely fail. When you feel yourself procrastinating, sit down with your journal, and I want you to ask yourself, what am I worried about? Then just let the words come. Now be honest. Let those unconscious worries come up. Stop blaming the task that you're trying to do and address what you're worried about. Now, maybe you're like me and you never thought that you're procrastinating because you're worried about something. But journaling really helps you to understand more of what subconscious things are happening that are making you do this. So bring the worry into your awareness by writing it down. Then you can address it and find reasons why you don't need to worry. And as you're writing, show yourself that it's something you can handle. I love doing it this way. It helps me to see what I'm worried about, why I think I can't do it. And then I talk back to myself through my pen about how I actually can do it. So, what are you procrastinating? What might you be worried about that's preventing you from getting started? Tell your journal. It won't judge you. The writing allows you to flip the worries into things that are more possible and feel more positive. What if it actually turns out better than you ever imagined? Instead of believing all the negative things that might happen, what if you learn a new skill that brings you a lot of joy? What if you become that new version of yourself you've always dreamed of? What if you could help others? When you address the worry with positive what if statements instead of negative ones, then this allows you to see that the opposite is just as possible. And doesn't that feel so much better? When you focus on the positive that could happen instead of the negative, your brain automatically starts looking for reasons to prove itself right. Why let it look for the negative things that hold you back? There's just one more reason why I love journaling. Okay, number two, block schedule time in to do it. Now, many of us procrastinate because we're overwhelmed with how random life can be. You know, how things just pop up here and there, and we think, I can't plan anything because everything just always gets in the way. Now, randomness of when you'll get things done is what really does cause that uneasiness of your mind. And that is what takes away your confidence. Now, get that confidence back by structuring your time. Thinking you're going to do it someday is the beginning of procrastination. Schedule it in so it's always there. That's how the most important things happen. Now you can set notifications and alarms so you don't forget and you keep yourself accountable. Use a paper planner and write it down. But be really honest with how you're using your time. I know you've tried to fight planning out your time. I know you've tried to fight planning out your time. People give me reasons all the time why they don't need to plan, and what they need to get done gets done. Then, when they finally, I know you've tried to fight planning out your time. People give me reasons all the time why they don't need to plan out what needs to get done. Then, when they finally give in and give it a try, I see peace come into their life because they don't have to hold all that information in their memory. It's written out and randomness gets let go. All right, number three, prepare and step it through. Now, when he said it that way, I didn't really exactly know what he meant. But what it means by stepping it through is to work it through in your head. Okay, so you make time to plan out your projects once a week. You write out the steps to do each project, and then you make them into smaller, doable steps. Now you see the steps all the way to the end of the project. Then you know beforehand how you're going to get it done. This is where you'll get clarity about how to do it. That's when you see clearly how it can be done. Your mind has to see how it can get done. Then you won't question that it's possible. Now, knowing the next three steps is not enough. Your mind has to see it through all the way to the end to where it's complete. Then, the day before you start your project or the next phase of the project, sit down and plan out when you'll do each step. This is more than a to-do list. You're going to create the big steps and the timeline that it takes to get them done. Then break the big steps down into smaller tasks. Then you break those down into your daily to-dos. Now, it's not always fun to do this, but it does help you not to procrastinate. It's it really is hard to act when you can't see the complete picture. Imagine doing a 1,000 piece puzzle without seeing the picture, the one that's put on the front of the box. Once the main parts, like the edges and the corners, get put together, it helps you to push through and finish it, and you can see the whole picture. Now, the project plan doesn't have to be perfect at first. It's more important to have it complete all the steps to the end, and then you can make adjustments as needed as you go. I mean, you're usually going to make adjustments, right? So just try to give a big picture of it and how the best you can guess, and then you'll adjust as you go. That's why weekly planning is so important. When you know the major things you want to accomplish that week, you can then break it down into the smaller tasks. It helps you to see the big picture, but you won't get overwhelmed by that because you can see where you're headed. It has helped me so much to break down my big projects into small tasks. I don't get stuck and never start because I can do this one little thing even if the big thing seems too hard. It even helps me to be more excited to start my week because I know what I'm working towards and I don't have to tackle everything all at once. Now, he suggests visualize yourself doing it. And I have been teaching this for quite a while too in Camp Connection. Looking forward is one of those systems that I teach. What you do is you look forward to how your day is going to go or how you think it's going to go. We always don't know exactly, but you close your eyes and you imagine yourself doing it, doing each thing all the way to the end of the day. Now, it doesn't take as long as you think it's going to do, and it really helps you to um, it doesn't take as long as you think it's going to take, and it's really going to help you. Now, it never really takes as long as you think it's going to take to think all the way through your day, and it really helps your brain not fight against you. Now, like I said, looking forward is one of the systems that I teach in Camp Connection. It has been powerful in helping me to do things that I have procrastinated for years. It's helped me to do things that scare me. It's helped me to become the type of person that it has helped me to become the type of person that does what she says she's going to do. And I know that you want to be that kind of person too. Camp Connection is a 5-day workshop that gives you powerful tools that go into what I call the first aid kit. Each tool helps you with thought patterns that hold you back and can add to the feelings of overwhelm that are a natural part of life. And I've broken it down into a morning routine so that you can get your mind into a more positive pattern so you can feel the purpose in your life. And that is what keeps you moving forward. It's helped me to change from a person that used to just sit in my chair and think about all the things I should be doing and not having enough energy to get up and to do it. And now it helped me to become a person that decides what's most important to me, and I have the desire to do them. Now, I'd love to share Camp Connection with you. Register today or before May 9th, 2023, and you'll get this really great workshop and the following bonuses. Now, bonus number 1 is $25 off Camp Connection. Just enter 25 off when you're checking out. Bonus number 2, get the self-commitment workshop and planner free when you register for Camp Connection. Bonus number 3 is a $20 refund for each friend that registers for Camp Connection because it's always more fun to take a class with a friend. When your friend registers, send me an email and I'll give you that $20 refund. Bonus number 4, receive a full refund for Camp Connection. That's for the full price, which is $97, even if you got the $25 off. And if you got the $20 refunds for each friend that joins. That's what you'll get when you enroll in the Unique Connection Method course. All right, if you've already registered for Camp Connection in April of 2023, you will still get all of these bonuses, even if you've registered before today. It's a great time to take Camp Connection, and it's going to help you to become less of a procrastinator and more of the person you know that you are inside. Imagine being able to share with those in your life that are cheering for you that you did what you set out to do. It will help you feel so much more self-confidence, and it helps you develop even more confidence. It helps you to feel proud of you. Yes, it's nice to get "atta girls" from your people, but when it comes from you, you know how absolutely authentic that is. Now, you are always worthy, but feeling proud of yourself for the things you accomplish is a wonderful cherry on the top. Thanks for joining me here today. Remember, I see you. I know how hard you're trying, and I'd like to help however I can. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you back here again next week.